Zoleka is not coping with all the pressure. She decides that they must just tell everyone the truth. When Lazarus was about to tell Utatake Kuba Ubavumile is not his, Zoleka lies and says that she saw Majola with her own eyes. Hi, welcome to my channel. Here's an update on Inimba. So, Zoleka pressure is mounting and she's not coping because she knows Majola will not come to the house because Ubavumile is not Lazarus's child. And decides Kuba, let's just tell them the truth. We won't win. Like, this secret is just too heavy on us. Let's just tell them the truth. But Ulazaro says, hey, when we had an agreement, I claimed Bavumile as my son. And you're forgetting because this whole thing was your idea. So what you are doing right now, you're just being selfish. We're in an agreement and we're not backing down from it. And then Uchawe overheard Lazarus no Zoleka arguing and decides to go and reach out to Lazarus' office in Ekusela. Says that I heard you and mom quarreling. And these are the same fights that I used to hear before my mom and dad divorced. So I don't want us to get there. I like our family the way it is. You, mom, Bafumile, and I feel like we make such a good family. And then Lazarus goes home to Zoleka to say, Kuti, well, they have a chat now, a very intimate talk. Zoleka was calm this time, not shouting like she was in the morning, and actually says that, you know what, let's just tell them the truth so that we can be free, like so that we can raise umtanetu on our own terms without all this pressure. I know this was my idea, but I should have known better because I did not think the whole family would be so involved. Now the whole family is involved and it's like now we're doing everything on their terms. So I think let's just tell them the truth so we can raise umntane too. Lazarus is worried because my father will never accept this and I don't want to lose my child. I don't want to lose Ubavumile. And then Zoleka says, no, you will not lose Ubavumile. You are his father and you will not lose Ubavumile and you will not lose me either. Let's just tell them the truth. It doesn't matter. Even if your father does not accept this, we'll get through it together, man. Together we're a power couple, we'll get through anything. As long as in Dawn. And then they decide we're just gonna tell them the truth. Lazarus says this whole thing has been weighing on me for the longest time. So I think it's time I tell them the truth. They need to know why I have not given them an Indlali for this whole time. And then they agree, good tight. Let's just tell them the truth and just free ourselves. And then Lazarus' dad comes over to Zoleka's house. And Lazarus was planning to tell him, but he interrupted him going on about how Bavumile is a valuable member of the family, is such a warrior and all that. And then he tries again to tell him. His phone rings and he goes out to answer a business call. Zoleka observes from a distance, would say, yes, and this is too much for Lazarus because she could just see how stressed he is. The pressure that comes from all this having to tell his father that he cannot have children while he had already claimed Bafumele as his. And then Zoleka has a reflection, Guti, since Umama is the one that has to see the baby herself, since Umama is the one that has to see Majola, like no one else to. So she decides otherwise and changes her mind. So they're sitting as a family around the table. Lazarus decides that he's going to tell them, and Utatake and Nungaba were both there. She says that since both of you are here, I think it's time I tell you something that I should have told you a long time ago. But Zoleka interrupts him and says that because when Lazarus was about to say it, saying Utuba Vumile is, Zoleka chipped in and said, Uba Vumile is very lucky to have this family. And Zoleka lies and says, I saw Majola with my own 2 eyes. Lazarus is just like, what? So Zoleka is lied about seeing Majola now. Utatake is just phrased because he's been waiting for Zoleka to see Majola. And then everyone is ready. Mawetu is ready for the interview. I think it's the day of the interview today. Mawetu is ready, all dressed up. Linda also comes in all dressed up. Ukawa says to Mawetu, so you're going to be the next Sydney Zondo. I said, Mawetu, not even. I'm not going to be the next Sydney Zondo. I'm going to create my own path. And then they start with the interviews. Mawetu is all confident and his answers sound like he's about like the best man for this job. Belinda, on the other hand, she's trying, but I feel like she's also petty and all that. And then the other two candidates, they were the guy with glasses and the other girl, going on about showing Gusi they're not even sure. And this girl makes a joke saying, Gusi, show to Musnan Kangela mna. The guy with glasses was not even sure of what he was saying. So the panel was just like, this is not make sure. I hope my way to get the job, Clay. He would make such a good CIO. And then on the other hand, Sydney is going on Shiga Waka, but Dice learns that Sydney actually wants to keep some bank money for himself, says he wants to put it into offshore accounts and relocate, like go to the Bahamas, buy a one-way ticket, and disappear. Oh, Dice is shocked because he always thought Sid is not the type to steal for himself. I tip here like Manje, I don't have a job anymore, so I need money. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.